Good morning, good morning, good morning. God bless you, God keep you. Uh, yeah, my mother died, and since my mama died, everything is just, big word, discombobulated. I'm just feeling discombobulated, and I'm feeling some kind of way, and things have changed. It's like changing up the guard in England. They had a changing of the guard where some of the soldiers protecting the castle, they leave and they send in fresh ones. And I don't feel totally refreshed. Uh, what comes to mind is I've been running for Jesus a long time, and I don't see no results. I don't understand all this time, at this present time, of all the time, God decided to take her. And I know she was older, but age ain't nothing but a number. It doesn't matter. The age, everybody is important, but I just don't, it's like now everything is set in motion, and the issue of what now? What now? That's where I'm at. What now? What do I do now? I've been suffering, I've been going through all kind of hell every day, waiting for a dream, waiting for a vision to come to pass. And I don't see any type of results. If anything, it's more difficult. And then here this tragedy comes, which I see it as a tragedy because it's something that can block my way, that takes my focus off of what I was thinking. But at the same time, like I said, it's a tragedy, but now I see maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe I'm dreaming a dream, It's like, I don't know, a little Star Search thing, whatever program was. The lady sung this great song from a play. I dreamed a dream last night. Maybe I was dreaming a dream. Maybe that's what I want, a church and all the things I want. Maybe that's not possible. Maybe that's why mama died now. So God could wake me up to reality and see you was just dreaming. That's not going to come to pass. You wasting your life. You wasting your time. It takes events like this. It takes death. It takes birth. It takes tragedy. It takes murder. It takes the losing of a loved one for you to open your eyes and see that you're wasting your time, or else you need to spend your time more wisely. You need to be all that you could be now. Stand back and look. I look at it, 7 years. 7 years I had been going through this with mama, and they used to tell me, stay sober for your mother. If you don't stay sober for anything, my child's at the club, stay sober for your mother, because she's going to need you. And it was true, through all the abuse and everything, yeah. At the nursing home, Regis Wood, yeah, it was abuse. Let her sit in her feces, all that type of thing. Then she's at Kristen Kerr, where she died, and you don't send her body to a funeral home and nobody knows how she got there. These little things like this, which they're not little things, they're maximum things that has occurred, And I look and I was sober for her. And I changed my mama's pen. I changed her diaper like she used to change me before. Because in the nursing home, Regis Wood, they wasn't changing them, In this last nursing home, my mother had bed sores. Nobody took care of her. She didn't get the care she needed, dehydrated, you know. And I stand back and I look, and my mother went to church. My mother served God. My mother loved the Lord. Even with Alzheimer's, she still could sit down and she could pray. Although she was blind, because a social worker and going to care to take care of her and let her become blind. And I look and I ask God. I don't even ask the question why. What is this for? Okay, she went blind and she suffered. She loved you. She suffered. And her outcome was death. Here it is. I'm walking in. I'm trying to do for you. What's my outcome? I'm walking and ain't no changes. My life ain't no crystal stars. If anything, it's getting worse. It's getting dark. And then in the darkness, it's supposed to be light. That's what the preachers talk about, but I don't see no light. All I see is dark. I see the evilness in people. I see how people treat people when they're down. That's what I see. I see the evilness of the world. I see the money hungriness in people. I see people that put money before they put people before them. And I'm not just talking about color. All that white and black stuff need to be dismissed until a person bring it to you about color. Other than that, leave it alone. Because poor is poor. That's what I see every day. When I'm driving in my smoking car, that's what I see. I see people that's struggling in cars like mine, trying to get to work, trying to better themselves, working 2 jobs and suffering and struggling. And then, okay, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. How many times are we going to sit back and keep talking about it's going to get better, it's going to get better, and it's not? What time frame, what time limit do we put on it's going to get better? It's down before the darkest. You will suffer a while. What in the hell is the where? Where is it? A while. Where's a while? That shouldn't even be a real word. Wow. Time. I just, I love the Lord. And right now, you're listening to what I say. You're getting a little bit of how I talk to him. Because that's what I'm like, you control time. You have life and death in your hand. When it come down to, I don't know, you hear preachers, I don't know why it had to happen, why your loved one was shot. I don't know. I know. Because it's in God's timing. God takes life. God brings life. It's about him. He's the ultimate authority. You are the ultimate authority. You have time in your hands. You know who's going to die. You know who's going to live. That much I know. I've been on my back. I've seen death. And I know you the author and you the finisher of time. I know you hold it in your hand. When a life goes from here, that's your decision. There is no Satan. Satan don't have no decision over no life and death. They can worship him all day long. Yeah, you can go out and send somebody to murder somebody, but the ultimate, and even though you think you murdering them, it's still in God's time because you're going to reap what you sow. That much I know about him too. But at the end of the day, God is in control. Then I sat back and I wonder, okay, you did this now? 7 years, running back and forth to nursing home, drinking energy drinks to stay up, because I got to go ride all the way from here 20-something miles to go visit my mother when they put in the nursing home and nobody else was there to visit her. I drove out there to take care of her and to see about her. And me and her didn't really get along, but it wasn't about her. It wasn't about how she treated me. It was about doing the right thing, taking care of somebody that taking care of me. As TD Jakes said, reciprocity. We don't do that. We too busy in society now. We want to take. Give me. There's no return. And we have to do that. We need to start returning. Some love, some peace, some understanding, some food, respect. We need to do all of that to one another. But we need to start questioning God too. What is this? That's what Hawkins said. What is this? Yeah, not just that makes me love my enemies, my friend, but what is this? When somebody dies and you thinking that, okay, I'm accepting this. And then all of a sudden, you're like, okay, I could see her struggling a long time ago. Why didn't you take her then? Why didn't you take her then when she was up and she had a little pep in her? Why didn't you take her when she could see? When she wanted to go? Why didn't you take her then? Why of all the time? I mean, what for? Ain't no why. Okay, she's dead. She's dead. You ended her suffering. Okay, so those are some whys I already answered. But this time, this time, that's what I don't get. But then I get it, but I don't. Because the faces that and the personalities and the real shows up. And you see the people. You see your relatives. You see the people for what they really are. You might have knew. I thought you knew. But then you really see. That's why I love when they say I was blind, but now I see. Yeah, I'm just venting, but my mother's death has changed my life. And that's what I'm here to say. I don't know for real if I will make any videos. I know her Facebook page. Um, I don't know. I might leave it up to Wednesday, whatever. Try to deal with some more issues a little bit with that. After that, her page will be dismissed. So I won't be looking in on the family anymore, seeing what they do. I just have to hear about it. I get a telephone call. Um, I don't know. I went to church yesterday. It was okay, but I was so tired I hadn't slept. Getting off work and catching buses. Gotta have a car, but you gotta still catch a bus. And the pastor's talking about don't complain. If I don't complain, who will? Complaining lets me see that there is a problem. If you do not complain, you do not know you have a problem. That's why people are out here killing and taking people's lives, because you're not looking at, I'm hurting. Look at yourself, you hurting. Somebody's doing you wrong. Speak up about it. Don't take and retaliate by pulling out a gun or a knife and killing somebody. Oh, I feel bad today. I'm feeling some type of way. And they got in my face talking about, get on the clock, go to work. Hurry up, why you standing around talking? So I just lost it and I shot him. Now don't lose it and shoot him. Complain. Complaining is our ally. It's our friend. Open your mouth. If somebody's talking you disrespect by doing something to you, you have a voice. Open your mouth and speak and tell a person, okay, I don't like the way you treating me. It could be your wife, your lover, your friend, your sister, your cousin, whatever. I don't like the way you treating me. I don't like what you're saying about me. I heard you said this or that. Give a person an opportunity to correct it. Don't just run up on them. Yeah, you was talking about me, nigga. That's what that's for. Bam. Busting people in the mouth. And then realizing the person saying, I wasn't even in town. I haven't even heard from that person. I don't even talk to that person. I can't hear, I can't see, so how could I be talking to that person? And then you standing there looking like an idiot. You done did something wrong to somebody and you did it for the wrong reason. Person is not to blame. So yeah, we need to complain. Open your mouth and talk about how you feel. Complaining. I used to like that song, I Won't Complain, but no, it's not my anthem no more. It's nowhere in there. I won't complain. Yeah, I had good days and I had bad days. Yes, I will complain. I will complain. I will complain to the day that I die. I will complain because I'm tired. I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of seeing people suffer. I don't understand 2017 and people still talking racist talk. People still calling people niggas. How you still be calling people niggas? I work places where you don't even see a lot of blacks. And this is 2017. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't get it. It's like a retro society. I don't even feel like it's 2017. It's not enough. It feels like 1989 or something, 1960. Just the way it is. We go back so quick. And it can't be that you just turn it back to say the nigger word. It's got to be something fed and said in your house constantly for it to just ooze out of your mouth like that. And if we don't complain, if we don't speak up about it, yes, it will continue. These young children now don't know anything about niggas and all that slavery, except what we feed them about slavery. But we feed them a lot of lies. We don't tell the truth. Every black person wasn't no slave. Every black person didn't bow down and get beat with no whips. We have black people that was very powerful, that ran newspapers and the press, that opened their mouth and spoke out the way they was treated. Money talks, and you know what else walks. We had people of color. We had people that did positive things, that could walk down the street with their heads up. Miss Walker, that invented the straightening comb. How many times she get whipped? She didn't get whipped. She didn't worry about what water fountain she's going to drink out of. She could afford her own water fountain. She could afford respect from the white man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You feed people some positive. Stop feeding all of this old, bad stuff. This new generation don't need to hear that. We need to get into the present and stop being in the past. Come on, there's too many people. I got white relatives in my family. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing no harm. They understood that blood, black and white mixed together, and it made a mixed baby. I can either love that baby or I can hate that baby. But when I'm hating that baby, every time I look at that child, I see my mother, I see my grandmother. All I see is that child has a little different skin tone, but that child is my blood. If that child needed a kidney or it needed a liver or whatever, you the person, you white, and that child's mixed. You the person that can give it, so that's your blood. And I seen that happen where they didn't like blacks, and once they got in their family, somebody mixed, they start loving that child. And I just seen it because it just happened in my family. They rolled for my little cousin. Yeah, some dude hit my cousin. Shoot, I know that dude. It blew his mind. It was like, wow, here comes some black people. Where these white people come from? Her uncles and everybody came. So, like I said, I don't talk what I don't know. I talk what I know. I've seen. A child can change. A child can change hate. A child can change racism. And there's a whole lot of changes being done. Now, 2017, you see more whites and blacks mixed, and you see a majority of mixed kids all running around this world. But yet here it is, somebody's coming up with their KKK and trying to make that more important than the reality of white and blacks mixing together, coming as one, getting along. Complain. Complain. If somebody stole your dope and you mad, don't run around and go get a gun. He stole my dope, and then your buddies, your little partners, and all them in the background. Man, you gonna let him get away with that? You gonna let him steal your dope like that? He making you a chump out there. He punked you out, whatever. You tell them, man, I'm not worrying about that. I'm straight. He took my stuff. If you gotta hit him to get your respect, you hit him. But to kill him, that ain't no respect. That's ignorant. Why not just tell the person, don't do it no more? Give a person a warning. You know the drugs you selling them. You know that's what's making them crazy. You know, especially if you're using your own dope. You know what it would do. Make you forget stuff, having people crawl around on the floors, having people walking around like zombies. And then you expect them to not steal from you? They don't have a conscience anymore. The spirit of goodness has left them. You know. So you killing a person that you created. You're not God, but you creating a person. You gave this person dope, and then they don't have no more money, so they fiending. So what do you think they're gonna do? Come on, look at that. Complain. I'm giving a person dope that's coming to me and selling their children's PlayStation games and Nintendo games. So evidently they hitting bad. They had a great job, but they lost it. So now they running around here and they selling everything in the house. So when that's gone, what's going to happen? They're going to have to steal from you. They're going to steal from other people, but eventually they're going to want to steal from you. So then what you going to do? You're going to kill them just because you created them? You need to look at that. Take the person to the healing place. Take the person to wayside. Take the person somewhere so they can get some help. Do some good. You're not evil. Do some good. Just real talk. Like I said, when Mama was alive, it was like things I couldn't say because I'm like, okay, it's people running around in the churches that I go to that work up there at the nursing home. I don't want them to retaliate on my mother, so I gotta be quiet over here. You know, you done banned me from the nursing home, but then when she's getting ready to die, you get spooked. So then you gonna say, oh yeah, we don't see no record that you was banned. You banned me, and I'm not going back. You can't put me out but once, and that's one time only, boo-boo. No, I didn't return, And just for the record, I don't have no retaliation where I'm going to go buck wild and go up there and go off on somebody. No, I'm an adult, and I'm not stupid, and I have an education. Mama say education, No, I'm venting, but all of that type of stuff, and it's wrong for people to do that. I'm looking at the people when I get off work down there at the abortion clinic, walking around and talking to people and stopping people from going into the abortion clinic. And then yesterday, what was it? Whatever day it was, my days mixed up. But yeah, they end up having to have the police there. Yeah, you can verbally say what you want to people. Yeah, you shouldn't kill a baby, this or that. But when you start blocking a person's interest to a facility, then you're wrong. You're invading that person's right. Yes, I know about that. I know about the First Amendment. Yeah. So, you're wrong. So. Yeah, but I speak, and like I said, I'm just talking, and I found out a lot of people, some people in my family, been listening to my videos, and I didn't know that. I wasn't totally aware of that, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I'm gonna feel how I want to feel. I just wanted to bring somebody to God, somebody to understand. But then when you walk around in the real world and you start seeing people, you know, I had my little meltdown where I was like, you know, what I'm doing all of this and I was trying to help people out, and then you making it harder for me. I'm trying to help somebody and you treating me like I'm your enemy. And I'm talking to God. That's what I'm saying to him. I know you control time. If you could give me the dream. Ain't nobody sitting back helping me do nothing. If anything, it's getting worse. I don't have relationships. I don't go on dates. I look at it. I look at all the things I'm missing out on. I'm dealing with a car. I've learned not to let the car drain me, not to put my last in it. That's why I started working on the car myself. And I got blessed and I found a mechanic that worked on me. Then some dude ran his mouth and trying to make the dude bleed me dry. Trying to, like I got I'm a baller. Gonna try to make him ask of a lot of amount for it. But I didn't have a choice, so I paid him. That's why I said open your mouth and complain. But before he get on the car again, what he gonna do, it's gonna be me telling him what he gonna do and what he's not gonna do on my car and how much he gonna charge. Because if you want to stay up there, boo-boo, I really don't need you. Because what you did, I can get somebody else to do for real, for real. Don't get that twisted, you know. Like I said, I'm tired of people sitting back taking advantage of me and taking advantage of people in the world. Because some people don't know better, you know. Like I'm working with people and I'm looking at this older man, you know. He got to be probably 70. He got to be maybe 70. If he's not, he's a good 68. And he's working. And I'm talking about what we doing, man. If you walking on a car floor, anybody worked in a factory, no. Yeah, I got education. I can sit behind a desk, but I don't like sitting behind a desk because my legs lock up too. So, hello. Let's address that. I don't like sitting down at a desk because I had jobs like that too. It's okay for a minute, but you have to sit there all up next to somebody and people constantly watching you. I'm a person, I like to be about it. I like to move around. I like to stimulate. When I'm working, I like to work fast to make my day go by. I like using my hands. And even when I'm using my hands, people don't understand when you're using your hand, you're using your mind too, because you got to know what boxes this and that to go in. And it's not just that. You have to know how to occupy your mind. Plus, I like doing that too when I'm working in the situation I'm working in too. I like that I could think. I could think, you know. And strange things come through, so you see how people living. So, you know. And to be honest, when it's all said and done, I wouldn't mind a sit-down job. But God didn't see that. That's why I'm having this discussion and I'm talking to you like I'm talking to you. He could have opened all kind of door. He could have opened the door where I had my own business. You go into the Kentucky.gov and look in there and pull up my name. Pull up Janice Buchanan and see how many businesses I started. Didn't finish, but started. Because God didn't open no more doors for it. He didn't open no door. Add up how much money. Anytime you own a business, you have to take and pay a business license. Kentucky gonna get theirs. You got to pay the Secretary of State. That's for people that's uneducated that don't know about business. I've taken a class. I have a little certificate about business. Yeah. Know a lot about business. Know a whole lot. But what door open? Went out here, stepped on it. Put out business card and printed out business card numerous times. Started a church. I started a lot of things. And then it's not on me that some things didn't get completed. It's just that people showed up and some things you can't be prepared for. Like I said, with the chick running around talking about sex when you're trying to have church. Not knowing that, you know, I needed to keep that going. I needed, you know, like I said, I bought a house before. Aha, didn't know that, did you? I had a house before. My daughter was staying there. And I was going to have the house open up while my kids was there. But then I started seeing I'm a female and you can't have a halfway house and live in it with certain people. Because certain people are not going to respect you. And then you got a girl around. So I didn't think things out. This was way before I had taken a business class. I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. I know now, but I didn't know then. So those are my complaints to God, you know. And right now, I tell you, how I talk to God. God opened doors no man can open. And what I'm saying, when you pick up your Bible, and I'm not going to name no verses, I don't know that, but I know about David's prayer and how David prayed. And I don't know, my prayer is my prayer. But I tell you, I talk to God. I don't talk at him. I don't bow down. I don't get real wimpy. I'm scared of him. I know how powerful he is and I know what he can do. But I tell him this, and this is on record. I believe that I have suffered long enough. I feel that with everything in me, that you've tested me, you've tried me. I feel that I've come out. I mean, I know that this death of my mother, I know it's a test, and I already passed it. So, open the door. Give me my dream. Give me my vision. If not, then let me move on. And I can hear people saying, oh, you can't. Oh, yes, I can. I can. Because I have a thing called self-will. That's how much he loved me, that he gave me self-will. And I have self-will. Either change this situation, give me my dream, give me my vision. I'm moving on. I'm tired of struggling. I'm not going to keep struggling for something that's not showing any results. There are no results. There are no results. And at this point, the stuff I'm going through to get it, I'm in pain day in and out. Mentally and physically suffering. No. And this is what I will say to God. I didn't go to church today. Because usually the pastor, what he preaches at the per church I go to now, what he says on Saturdays, he usually repeats it on Sundays anyway. So I didn't need to go. And I usually go at 8, but I made sure I laid down. Those are the things I've learned through my suffering and my walk with God. Make sure you get that rest. He's not going to just touch you and knock you out so you can get that rest. You got to learn to say, hey, wait a minute, let me lay down. It's time to lay down. And I'm blessed with the job that they're going to give me some time off. And I wasn't going to take it. I'm trying to front and be a soldier. That old man in me is trying to pop up. I'm going to get man. That hustler is getting ready to come out. And then I heard guys take their rest. And so, yeah. So I'm taking that rest. But while I'm taking the rest, I'm going to take a rest unless something real powerful pops out and I say something on this video. But I'm going to take a rest. And I'm not going to my mother's funeral. And I'm not going to the little wake thing they doing. Because me and my daughter, my oldest daughter, really my kids, we've been on the front line. I'm talking about we was out riding. I had my grandbabies, all of us. I'm talking about walking, man. I'm talking about, man, when didn't nobody care about mom. I got relatives and stuff, they went on with their life, you know what I'm saying? It was for us to take it up, but my kids didn't have to. I'm talking about, we drove for my mother. We drove. We looked out for her. We took plates of food to her and stuff like that. My mother seen, my grandbabies seen them. My grandbabies right now, they hurting because they knew their great grandmama. You know what I'm saying? I thank God that I had the opportunity to do that. That they know. You know what I'm saying? We didn't come from a whole lot of bastardism. You know what I'm saying? My mama's daddy and mama was married. My mama's been married. They know about marriage. They know about becoming one. They seen they not experiencing too much with their mamas and daddies, and they laugh, but they know that's what they came from. They came from some strong people, some strong heritage, a strong bloodline. We might not always be around people, but my family, they come for you. They come for you. They having a little memorial service and all that. I love them for it. And my cousin's gonna fix me some food today. You don't know how you care about somebody until they're gone. And like I told my daughter, after I got my mother's boxes of clothes, she's 90 years old, and they got some boxes from, where was it? Not Office Depot, one of these little stores, little office stores, and put all her belongings in a box and had it lined up and gave it to me. And you put 90 years in these little boxes and you sit there and look. And that's what's left for your mother. My mother used to have a house and all this type of thing. She had self-respect. She had things. And I'm not just saying monetary. I'm talking about she had that. She had friends. She had people that love her. Before my mother died, I had just seen some relatives on the bus that we used to live with, and they asked about her. And that's worth more than silver and gold. When you have people that love you, when you up and when you down. They can still ask about you and hadn't seen you. That's love. But at the same time, to see a person that had everything, my mother used to change her living room sets. She was cool with United Furniture, where she could change her furniture sets every year. And to see a person up and having things, and then all of a sudden you looking down and you see a person's face sunk in. Nothing. They send her out with an old raggedy looking headband on her head. Like I said, look at your life. And what I'm going to do while I'm taking this time off, I'm going to step back. And if I don't see no change, if I don't see something come true, all the division, all the things that God vision, not division, all the vision, if I don't see the dream manifesting, any parts of it, if I don't see it, then I'm going on with my life. I'm tired of being unhappy. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of putting off my happiness and my joy. If there was a lot of things that what got me with my mother and the tears that I shed are not because she's dead, because she didn't go the way I wanted her to go. I wanted her to be happy. And I'm not a person big on funeral. I don't like it. Take that money and get your kids' education. I'm going to say that. Putting $20,000 on a casket, and then you're going back and living in a project and you can't feed your kid. You're going back living in a home, $80,000 house, and you don't have no food. You got to go sign up for food stamp. Let me come there with you real quick. So don't nobody try to say I'm bashing somebody, because I lived in Park Hill numerous times. And if I have to go down, if I got to go back, I go back, because every time I went to the projects, it lifted me up. I was making $700-800, got a job, and I reported my income. Yeah. Every time I went, I'm like, Lord, why you wait till I get back to the projects? Then you bless me and open the doors for the jobs. And that's like where I'm at now. Okay, you did it. So, okay, I'm going to come up. But you would take me all the way down. That's how he does in my life. He'll take me all the way down, and then all of a sudden, bam. But when I was down in the projects, hey, yeah. Hey, I had my Coke 45, and it was working every time. But, like I said, until I'm going to take this time, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If I don't see no doors open, no building, and all of that open up, then I'm going to leave the vision behind. And I just accepted that it was just a dream. And that'll be the beauty. That'll be something great for my mother. You know. That'll be something great that come out of her death, is to walk away. Because I'm tired of dreaming. My summer's gone. I did have some little activities, had the little Father's Day gathering and stuff like that. I came out of my pocket for that. I did those things. But other than that, it's just me and me alone. You know, I know how Moses felt. You run around here, everybody coming to you asking you for stuff, but ain't nobody helping you. You have a dream and nobody else is involved in it. You just dreaming by yourself. Come on now. Something's wrong with that. I know I'm not crazy because I used to be crazy. So I know I'm not crazy. I got people that can put me in check and that monitor me. You know, I don't go to no counselors and all that type of thing. But I got a friend that knows me enough to tell me, you know, hey, Janice, yeah, you crazy. So I'm not crazy. Sometimes you can just be so involved. You can get too involved in something and want something so bad that you can't see that the time is gone. Maybe the ship sailed. And that's no reason to get mad at God. I'm not going to get mad at God or become bitter with God. Because whether I take a drink or whatever I do with my life, I know God loves me. And like I said, I served him when I was drinking. Me and my cousin was on the phone last night. We was talking about that. I had a cousin that had a little bitty church, storefront church. That's what they call it today, storefront church. He had a little church. And I would watch the kids for him. You know, I'd been out all night, 3 or 4 in the morning. Hurry up, throw a dress over top of my street dress. And go in breath kind of weeping liquor, but you know, I'm there. You know, so I've always been involved in the church. I'm not going to stop now. It's just not for me to step up. And I accept that. You know, I don't have a problem with that. When God says no, he says no. And I'm going to sit back and see what he says. And like I said, while I'm sitting back, I'm going to keep doing the things I do. But other than that, if nothing manifests, within this week, then I'm going. I'm just gonna do my life. I'm gonna live. I want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy things, you know. What I choose to do is not what I'm telling you to do. This is my walk and my journey. Like I said, mama's gone, and it's a lot because it was so I didn't realize how much her life affected my life, and and my kids' life. Because my daughter was growing up there when I couldn't go. My daughter was growing up there. My oldest daughter was growing up there, and she was visiting. You know what I'm saying? My mother and taking things. So my mother always had somebody in the family. Then all my cousins, they went up there before mama passed. They had all been up there to see and everything. So you know what I'm saying? So my mother, let me tell you about my family. My mother, it was seven. My mother and her father, they had 10 kids, and it's 7 girls and 3 boys. Everybody's dead except my auntie now. Mama just passed, and now we have one auntie left. And my daughter wanted to talk to her, and I'm like, it's gonna be hard. Can you imagine? Out of 10 kids, you're the only one left, and she still has a lot of mind. My aunt Ada, she still can think. She still can think, but now all our concern will be there. Because I know she worried. She's to the point where she don't like leaving the house as it is. And now here it is, you the sole survivor. And this I can't say. Everybody that has somebody older in your family, especially people in their 50s and 60s, get around them and get some wisdom. My auntie ain't got to be maybe 89 or something like that, 87 or whatever. She's the last, and I wish everybody would hurry up because she's got her man. Go run. Any questions you want to ask? What did Granny like? What was our grandmama like? What was our uncles like? Run up there and get all the information you can from her. Get everything you can from her. Absorb her. Look at her features. We're talking about history. And let me step back for a minute and talk about this skin for a minute right here. Let me speak to certain people real quick right here. To the black man, to the black woman. That was a part of history that was powerful. People don't realize when it's all said and done, when people get to arguing over the Bible, why some things in the Bible I don't bite all into, like they say and all that, don't eat pork and all that, and then people talk about hat chain, all of that stuff like that. I don't get deep into all of that. I don't like the homosexuals and all this type of thing. I don't get deep with all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gay, and what a person does and they preference and stuff like that, that's not my business. But what I would like to say is this. The Bible came about through storytelling. Not lies, storytelling. You told somebody. That's how everybody felt everything. But wasn't no mailman running around. Wasn't no cell phone. Hey, Jesus is coming. This woman's going to get pregnant. Somebody's going to get pregnant and have a baby. It was verbal. It was oral. That was oral. O-R-A-L, oral. That's how you talked about it. And that's the same thing with black people. We didn't just always talk about slavery. And the people that did come from Africa, that's what they did. They told about them. You came from the Zulu tribe. You came from Paris. Your daddy was this, your daddy was that. We talked about it. We talked about what our mama did. Why your nose that way? Why your complexion that way? Why your feet that way? Why you have this habit? We talked about generations. We talked about what our people did. We didn't talk about all no slavery. We talked about that. In my family, that's what we did. My Uncle Bud was bow-legged. A lot of us are bow-legged. We looked at that. We talked about things like that. And that's what I do want to say to you all, even if you don't ever hear from me again. This is some things I really want you to set back and I really want you to consider. Consider loving the people in your family. And if you got bad terms with them, I hope you mend that fence. If you don't, then sit back and think about, don't stand over nobody's grave and stand over nobody's casket or however y'all want to do it at the end of the day. Say what you got to say now and mean what you say. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And it'll squash a whole lot of arguments and a whole lot of killings right there. But your family, Love your family. Man, I had told people before Mama died, I said, man, it's sad. The only time when I had the Father's Day gathering, the only time we get together when somebody died. And the main reason I had the Father's Day gathering is because I see my grandson and my little nieces and nephew. You walk, perfect example. And y'all can feel this. I go over my cousin's house. My cousin's from Virginia. He's in town. Him and his wife so I drive to show them where she lives. So I get over my other cousin, my older cousin. She comes out and greets us with a hug. I kid you not. My cousin, she has a older grandbaby. I go in the house. She's still laying there. I didn't see her face, and I didn't bother to address it. She's laying like on the bed, and she's steady on her cell phone. She didn't raise up, say hi to me or nothing. Woo! 90 years. 90 years of teaching. 90 years of history. Mary Jane Willis just left. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, please. And that's what I'm saying. You don't see no old people like this no more. Now you don't see no more. You better not. My mama it would have been my mama. Mama would have walked in that house. Oh, no. Mama would have told the girl, you better get up and speak. You gonna say hello, say something. Get up. Yeah. You gonna say hi to me. Get up here. Get up here and give me a hug. Yeah. You gonna speak. Mama's that way. I don't have that in me. I just leave kids where they are. But yeah, my grandbabies I'll dress some, but then they still got to go home with their mamas and daddies to do that training. That ain't for me. But yeah, you walk in my mama's house, you better speak. And you can't speak, mama tell you, go back out that door. And oh my God, please don't go in. My cousins laugh at me to this day. Shoot. You better not. I'll come in. The door was open. Come. Oh, no. You walk in my mama's house many times. I done see people get cussed out. Oh, no. People open the door. Even if you kid man, they open the door and walk in mama's house. Mama like, what? Who is it? I didn't hear you knocking. Did you ring the bell? They'd be like, nah. Well, I think you better go back out that door and do it again. And I'm sitting back. I was a kid. I'd be laughing like our mama playing. No, she wasn't, and they knew it too. Mama sent them back outside to make them knock on the door or ring the bell. You better not walk in my mama's house without knocking or ringing a bell. Plus, you better pray you didn't get shot. Shoot, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, mama made you speak. When we was young, we had to say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. I mean, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And we had uncles and aunties that wasn't even blood kin. So that's why I said it's not just in the bloodline to have a relative. My mother taught me that well. If you've made friends, and that's with my family now. If you friends with us, especially when you young, shout out Wingfield, Mark, and all of them, and the Bernies, they came through. I mean, man, we family. We family. Something happened, man, they show up. Fred and all of them, man, giving best wishes and stuff. Cause man, when my auntie on my auntie street, they knew my auntie, but when my mother would come over, they would call my mama Aunt Mary because they heard my cousins say Aunt Mary, so they thought that was my mother's name. So they just started running around saying it all the time. Hi Aunt Mary, hi Aunt Mary, So it was funny, It was like it's not her name, but she's her auntie. That's not her name. They was like, I thought that was Aunt Mary because we have a cousin and we call her sister. And for a long time, I thought that was her name, but her name's not sister, her name's Sharon. So, yeah, So it's beautiful when you sit down and you get to explain things. And it's so rich. It's so rich to know your heritage, to know where you came from, and to know who you are. At the end of the day, that's very important. And the church I was at, and that's what he's talking, who are you? Do you know who you are? And he's got an extended sermon and basically talking about how you keep going, you know what I'm saying, doing acts and all of that type of thing, I mean, it's powerful, And he was talking about, somebody was talking about killing themselves or something in the sermon because I was nodding and waking up, trying to stay awake and talking about revenge. And I'm like, people don't, please, I don't know if he was talking about the people talking about retaliating with the KKK and all this type of thing like that. Man, sit down and don't worry about that. People fail to realize that the media stirs up the stuff about the KKK like they stir up a lot of the stuff about the police. People make you have an enemy. Don't let nobody pick and choose your enemies or your friends for you. Pick and choose for yourself. And that's what I want to leave you with this video for nothing. Because to be honest with you on this note too, I'm tired of looking at people not changing. I'm tired of people being fed a whole lot of bull crap. And that's why I said, Lord, give me my podium so I can sit back and tell the truth. And maybe it is the podium. And it came at a cost of my mother dying. But there was so much hatred. People hating the police. You know, my mama's dead. So yeah, I'll just speak my man. People hating the police and, oh, the police did this. The media is biting into all of that, man. You hating the police, but when somebody break in your house or if your child come up missing, who in the hell are you gonna call? Let's be realistic. I ain't sucking up the police and just pulled me over. I made a video about it. Dude pulled me. I almost said the wrong word. Police gonna pull me over and I got my grandbabies in the car talking about your light was out. Man, it almost made me still say a bad word. It's daytime. So the only reason the lights are on the car because the car's made like it and the lights come on. One of the lights is dim. But you're going to pull me over. You claim for that. If you don't sit down. You know. And that's why I'm trying to get out of the car. You're trying to hold the door because I don't know about y'all, but I do have issues. So I'm trying to let me look for myself. Because I know the light was out because the dashboard telling me the light was out. So let me go look. That you gonna pull me over for it. But so you got asshole police. You got a lot of police just an asshole. And people fail to realize too. Let me tell you this too real quick. Woo! Well, we did get something out of Mama's deal. Let me tell you some procedures. And real talk. Sometimes when the police pull you over, especially being a female, they flirting with you. Didn't think about that, did you? Well, yes. That's why when the police pull you over and you're a female, you're young, old, whatever, if you're a female, and you're the only person in the car and you feel uncomfortable, take and pull over at a gas station. I don't care if the gas station's 2 miles. If you might don't drive fast, just drive at a slow pace. He'll get that. If he's a real police and he's serious, he understands what you're doing. Because you got fake police running around here too. And unmarked cars. So make sure that for your safety, pull over at a gas station where you could be seen, where there's cameras that will film it. Pull over somewhere in the presence. The police know that much about females. Pull over someplace like that if you feeling uncomfortable. The same thing with a man. If you feeling like the police might shoot you and kill you for no reason and all that, pull over in a public place. If y'all notice with a lot of these shootings and stuff, it's on a little side road and all of this and that. You don't know your rights. You have a right to be safe and secure. Those are your amendments rights. What you need to do is pull over. All that probable cause and frisking, stop and all that type of thing. Yeah, police got that and you can't really break all that down. So it ain't even worth going through because they can take an override at anyway. Suspicion, probable cause and pull you over. So ain't no reason to try to say, well, why they pull me over? Let's get past that one right there real quick. Let's do this. When you're female, you're a person feeling unsafe, if it's 2 or 3 blocks or 5 blocks, pull over to a public place where there's people and where you think there might be cameras. The police understand it. And then go ahead. Keep your hands on the wheel or whatever, because you got to think. They thinking you're going to do something or whatever. And like I said, in a lot of circumstances, you just had an asshole police that was feeling a little over authoritative that day when he's taking these people's lives. And that's something that's different that needs to be addressed. You know, but anyway, those are some precautions to take when it's the police. But getting all that high horse, forget the police and F the police and all of that. You know, when I was drinking, yeah, I couldn't stand them. But my main reason I couldn't stand the police, you know what I'm saying? I didn't totally hate them or nothing like that. It was when I was a child. You know, when my mother and her old man was fighting all the time, they would come and they wouldn't take him away. Because in my head, that's what I thought. Take him away and everything will be okay. But I didn't realize totally that mama was the perpetrator too. With her little short self. Mama giving blows. Mama popping him back. I had know all of that. You know, I didn't see everything. But that's a man of a child. I misinterpret some things. But that's when I thought as a child. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm an adult. But anyway, like I said, those are some precautions to take. But to run around here talking about F the police and all that, man, y'all better look at the reality of that. You know, somebody ignorant running around constant. Yeah, you can say it on the side, but the reality run around, hate the police and don't come in. And that man told me, somebody talking about, tell the police don't come in my neighborhood. And I'm like, for real? Seriously. Hell no. The police patrol where I live, and I'm glad they do. We got block watch on our street too. We got people, you come on the street, they be riding. Them little ladies, you pause too long on this street, they'll hurry up. Yeah. I'm wondering if you breaking in my house or something, ain't nothing in my house to take. Shoot. Yeah, my house, I open my window, so they already know. We know she ain't got nothing. She ain't even got no air conditioning on. And I don't. And you're correct. But anyway, yeah. Think about somebody take your child or something like that. What you gonna do? Ooh, let me put on my Batman cape. Let me put on my Superwoman outfit and go find out where my child is. Yeah. Yeah, it's a trick of the devil. Y'all better watch him. He's our adversary, but he ain't got no power than God. But you better watch out, because we don't know what God's hand might do. He might let the child live. Let the child die. Y'all better start looking. Got a little cousin was just in an accident, I heard. Damn near died. So yeah, y'all better wake up. You better wake up and watch picking and choosing your enemies. Man, watch that. Make sure that ain't your enemy for real. Yeah, cause one person do something, do it mean everybody does it? No, it does not. Cause you got some bad cops, you got some bad black people, you got some bad white people. Come on now, And another thing, while I'm on the subject, and Mama's dead, let me say this too. Like I said, I'm gonna say a couple of more things, then I'm gonna get off of here. Here's another thing to swallow. Some truth. Whew. I lost my train of thought. Some people talking about you don't like the police. You don't want the police around. Thank you, Jesus. I can talk to him in that way, but when I need to think, he puts me right back on track. The point I was making is we killing each other. We up there talking about the police. Oh, the police kill the innocent. How many of us, we killing people? How many people are innocent? And I'm proud. Shout out to the lady that, I don't know, I didn't read the whole story because, like I said, I got a lot on my mind. But somebody found the dude that killed the little 7-year-old child. Come on now. We killing innocent. We killing innocent people. How many? Let's do this. Do me this. Do me this real quick. Let's take and get I don't know how old you are. I don't know what your life experience is. But I used to be around people, and I had been around counselors and stuff. And they would tell you, before you make a decision, right, get your piece of paper and put the reason why, like say you wanted to move. The reason to move and the reason to stay on each side of a piece of paper. Yeah, I feel you panicking. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Let's address this issue real quick, boo-boo. Yeah, why you hate the police. Yeah, I'm not taking up for them, but I'm telling the truth. Same thing like I said when people want to talk about preachers. Didn't I speak up on that? So yeah, I'm just speaking the talk. Why you talking about all preachers are greedy and they want that? There are some preachers do a lot of good things. And let's look at the good. Because even though they doing good, we can if they doing bad, we can take the bad they doing if we open our mouth and complain and switch it around so they be doing good. There's a football stadium getting a football something Cosby's building over there. You know what I'm saying? That's helping. That's some youth that won't be dying. They'll be playing football. He has a beautiful basketball team. Nice, young, handsome men. Nice little girls. And I got it twisted. I got to admit, I was prejudiced. I'm going to get back on the point. But anyway, got some little thick cheerleaders. We got some little thick, chunky little black cheerleaders. Honey, they stomped it. I had to stop, and I looked. I said, oh, I'm so proud of them. Yeah, we got some positive. But you listen to the news. Got killed. Somebody got murdered. No, somebody need to report that. Kids getting up every day going to school. Beautiful children. And if I see another homeless head crackhead ask a child for some money, don't do it. Because if I see you do it, I'm going to address it. I will address it. Asking a boy child getting ready to, I was on the bus stop on Broadway, and she asked me for a cigarette. I was told I don't have one. You sitting there, you looking mighty healthy, you didn't miss a meal. And then she going to sit on the bench, and the little boy, you can tell he's probably like 14, he might not even been at 13, 14 years old. He's waiting for the bus. She gonna turn around and ask him, do we have $1? And I was like, everything in me, and thank God he had sense enough. He said, no, I only have enough money for the bus. But I'm thinking, you wrong. And then when I got on the bus, this heifer pulled out a cigarette, a pack of cigarettes. But she lucky I was on that bus, because I would have got off and told her about herself. Yeah, I will tell you about yourself. Because I hate that. I try to give to people, but everybody you can't give to no more because too many people want to use you. And it's hurting the people that really are in need because of ignorant people like that. But if you homeless, you cracked out, whatever. I don't care what's your issue. You don't ask no child on no bus stop for no money. You don't do that. Making that child feel uncomfortable. And he's trying to go to school. And 9 out of 10 times he probably came from Brown, where they got the little special school up there. Not saying he's dumb or anything, because you got books. And Mama said you got book sense with no common sense. But, thank God, he didn't know he didn't need to explain to her why. He should have just said, that's what I love about the street and coming from the projects. Because little project kids, no, you don't be asking me for no money. I'm going to tell my mama. Because back in the day, you had mamas that went down in the days from my hood. If a mama would have been on that bus stop that next time waiting and hoping to see her. Is that her? Is that her? Is that her? Nah, mothers have changed nowadays. A whole lot of mothers changed, man. When I grew up, man, you better not. You hit my child. They were, But my mother was a little different. Mama would make us come in. We lived in Clarksdale. Somebody tell on me, Mama, come in the house. I'm thinking like, yeah, Mom made me come in. I got my little blows in. Don't get it twisted, though. Yeah, I did my little, I had to learn that and get away with it. I was like, okay, I had to threaten her. You better not go tell my mama. You tell my mama anything again, I'm So I had to learn. I wasn't no bully or nothing, but yeah, you ain't gonna keep on, you ain't gonna bully me. But anyway, the point I was making, let's make that list. I thought I lost my spot, didn't you? No, I didn't. God's dealing with me. So you make that list. How many people have died from the bullets of a police? And then y'all talking about the hung in the cell. I listen to the news. I check it out. I don't agree or disagree with everything, but I know everybody ain't dying in no damn jail cell, hanging themselves. Come on with it. So let's look at that list, and then let's look at how many of us are killing us. And when I say us, I'm not just talking about black people, because a little white girl just stabbed the girl in the stomach. Let's talk about that. Let's look at how many of us, though, are killing each other. Black lives matter. Blue lives matter. Police lives matter. Old people lives matter. Crippled people, mentally ill people. Everybody lives matter. Stop putting signs out there if they're not addressing everybody. You're sending people the wrong message. Black lives matter. Oh, what we going to do? Kill white people, Chinese people, Puerto Ricans? I work with all these type of people every day, so what we going to do? We're going to dismiss them? Yeah, don't let me get out there. And that's something, too. Anyway, let's look at that list. How many police have killed some people? And since you want to get gutter with it, how many police have killed black people? Let's put it on there. And they died hung in a cell. Let's put that on one side. The top of it we're going to call murder. And over on this other list, how many of us, black people, have taken each other's lives? How many of us have killed us? Let's look at that and let's weigh it. Let's see which one outweighs it. Which one has the most killings on it. And then when we start looking at that, then we can sit down at a table and have a conversation. Other than that, keep running around here talking about hating the police and all that type of stuff. You better freeze that. There's somebody high sitting up saying that. As soon as somebody break in your house, as soon as your house catch on fire, what y'all gonna do? And it's something I heard somebody say a couple of years ago, and it was a beautiful illustration. I don't know who said it, in respect to whoever it was. I'm not claiming it, but somebody said it. They said it happened when I was at work when they ran into the Twin Towers, and the person made the statement, said, when all that happened, look at the tape. And when I said I wasn't going to get out here, but when I get time, I'm going to find that footage. When you're saying you hate the police, I'm going to get that footage. And when the towers and everything was falling down, who was running? Who was running into the crowd? The police. People in blue. How many firemen, how many police died running to the scene, running to the fire? Everybody's running away, they said, but these people are the ones that run to the scene. Everybody's running from the fire, but these people run in the fire. How many firemen run into a burning house? And let's get real quick. Let's get real. While you're talking about the police and all of this and that. Let's talk about this real quick. How many times have we heard about a house catching on fire and an adult be in the house, but everybody burns up because the person panicked and ran out and left everybody in the house? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How many people's kids just got killed, your son's murdered and everything like that? How many people got on the phone and dial 911, can you come out here shooting? And then they get there and it's your child that's laying on the street dead. So what do? Just stand there grieving? Or don't you want the police officer to come and try to find out who killed your child? I'll wait. I'll wait. What can't we gonna say? I'll wait. Yeah. I'll wait. Yeah. When your house catching on fire, how many of your neighbors run around, go get buckets of water and throw it on your house and put it out? Mm. Mm. When the bus driver's real pissed at your kids because your kids are bad, I remember this one. The kids on the bus are bad. The bus driver has a meltdown and takes off with your child. You run it out, and this happened with me. I was staying in the Shapley apartments, and the bus driver, all of the kids was bad. The kids was bad. They were so bad, I ain't lying. They had bus monitors. They done get bus monitors and left the bus. The principal got on the bus, had to talk to the kids. I'm talking about it. What's sad about it? Everybody was under 10. The kids was under 10 years old on the bus. Yeah, but everybody was definitely under 12. So the bus driver had a meltdown, so he just took out. Instead of stopping at the bus stop, he's pissed like I'm going to teach him a lesson. So he going to pay. I'm like, hold up, you got my child on it. Oh, my baby girl, I had to follow him. I'm following him, and I'm trying to talk on the phone. I'm like, I'm calling the bus company. I don't know what he's doing. He was new anyway. He's about the 5th bus driver. He probably been the 6th new bus driver. I'm following him. He's passing up everybody's bus stops. He's going. I'm like, oh, no, not today. Hello, man, what you doing? At the bus company, hey, Miss Ma'am, we calling him, but he's not answering the phone. So I'm like, oh, by that time, mama kid instinct done came in. I'm running stop signs, lights, and everything. I'm like, I didn't even bother calling the police. I didn't have time trying to explain, so I'm following him. Finally, some more parents done caught on to it. We get him. He finally stops and gets ahead of us long enough, and he lets everybody off the bus, and he took off. But we was like, man, he was fired, and he knew he better not come back. But yeah, he took off enough, got far enough ahead a little bit. I'm on him, but he hurried up and stopped real quick and let the kids out, and then he took off. He had maybe 6 or 7 kids on there. It might have been more. Yeah, because he was in the middle of his bus stop. Yeah, about 6 or 7. But I was like, nah, you did. You done lost your man, yeah. And the bus compound, they was heated, and they got scared too. But yeah, he went renegade on us. You already know. We're ready. We want to call police, but the police be trying to say, what color is the bus is yellow, helpful. What is he doing? What he look? We ain't got time for all that. Get there. But yeah, the police end up being in the scene or whatever. By that time, they let them off. But yeah, who you call for things like that, you going to call the police. Let's not put everybody down. Like I said, we want to put everybody in one bowl. We can't do it. Like Mama always told me, one bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch. And I had to know, because it could be rotten apple, and Mama going to make a cobbler. Mama would take a pumpkin before it spoiled all the way. We done had it for after on Halloween. Yes, I'm telling you the truth. Mama break that pumpkin down. That's how bad my mama was. I just told my daughter, I said, all that cooking. I'm talking about Mama, I seen my mother skin a rabbit. My stepbrother Jerry would take and go hunting. And Mama said, look, my God, he done shot the rabbit about 10 times, little bitty rabbit. He bring it there and swordfish and stuff. And Mama take and clean them. I don't care what you took to my mama. I seen my mama kill the pigeon, clean a pigeon. Because her friend Samson, he loved pigeons. And they had the pigeons outside in the yard in Clarksdale housing where we live. And Mama and them killed them pigeons. She cooked and fried them pigeons for him. He's her friend. Shoot, we had a little bit of alligator tail I had got from Indiana one time. Mama would cook it. I don't care what it was. Possum and sweet potatoes, raccoon, all of that. My mother cooked all of it. All of it. Man, yeah. Man. Cow brains and eggs. All of that's gone. All that history's gone. All those teachers, I got a little bit of it. But homemade biscuits, nah, if I had to, I could make them. But watching Mama in the kitchen for that one, nah. But macaroni and cheese, Mama made homemade macaroni and cheese. Gravy, biscuits, gravy, chicken. All that. That's why my tears come about my mama. All that learning. And now that she's gone, no more teaching, even though at the time she had Alzheimer's. Still, one thing she left me, and she had spoke up out of their Alzheimer's and she said, I taught you about God. And that's what keeps me close to God. If she hadn't said that, yeah, for a minute I was losing it. Because when you see a person suffer, you see a person that was just vital, had vitality, and cleaning yours, and you seen a person with strength, and you turn around and you see that person weak. I don't wish it on nobody. I don't wish it on nobody. That's hard. That's difficult to see and experience, and to balance in your mind. But like I said, if God don't change the situation and the door don't open, I'm done dreaming. Because it was good for a while. It was some nice stuff. But like I said, I see a whole lot of reality. It's things that needed to be done over the summer. A lot of things need to be done. And I know that I'm not putting everything on God, because I know that he has to get me right for things. And maybe I missed the mark. I'm not going to be angry at God. There's something in me maybe I'm still holding on to. He wanted me to let go. But my life is short, and I talk to God all the time, and he's listening. You know it, Lord. Time, you hold time. It's nothing for you. This is what I talk to him about. You hold time. Age ain't nothing but a number to you, because you created number. But over here, it's a different story. Yeah, you walked in a body. They said 33 years. I believe Jesus was here longer than that. He manifested in other ways. He was here longer than no 33 years. People just throwing numbers out, but he was here longer than that. But the body, think about it. Jesus was a baby, and I don't know, nobody ever addressed that, but I would love to hear that story. Jesus was born in a manger, that's what the story says. But by him being of God, I can't in my mind fathom that his aging process was the same as ours. I don't believe that. Because God's too mighty, he's too powerful. I don't believe the age process. Because when, in our time, they said he was 12 when he walked away, and he said, away with you, mother. I'm about my father's business. Me and a dude had an argument over it when he was talking about you got to obey your parents. So that's when I thought I was cool. I could talk back to my mama, too. Jesus talked back. I was trash, too, until mama talked about pulling that gun out. I was like, oh, no, that was Jesus, not me. But anyway, yeah. I don't believe that his, what they say, chronological order. I don't believe that he aged like us. So therefore, the point I'm making is, I got to remind him that this body, I want to participate with the kids. I want to participate. I want to be, I don't want to be 80 and following around. I don't want to be all that, which I've seen some people aging 70 and 80, beautiful, beautiful people, but I want it now. And I'm not asking nothing. I wanted it a long time ago, and I know I wasn't ready, But if I'm not ready and the door's closed, and this is your answer to let me know that the dream is over and okay, the time I missed the mark, then let it be. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But anybody that's a dreamer and a visionary, they will tell you this is the worst thing in the world to be. The worst thing in the world, one of the worst things in the world, one of the most heartfelt things in the world is to be a dreamer. And I don't like to throw a whole lot of emphasis on Martin Luther King, because that's another story, and that irks me too, because I do read and I study. And people put a whole lot of emphasis on Dr. Martin Luther King and the dream. Before he was doing everything he was doing, and this is what I'm talking about with me, there was other people, was the garbage man involved. Everybody want to talk about Rosa Parks Martin. There was other people that led up to that. There was fighters. Get on the YouTube. Stop sitting there looking at videos and listening to people running around rapping and talking crazy and shaking money and showing some champagne and all that stuff that they probably really don't have. And while you looking at all them videos, ask them to give you some damn money so you can get your kids them $100 shoes that they really don't need. Anyway, like I said, there are some people on YouTube, something defense, officers of defense or something I call it. There's a lot of people that people need to see. Powell, what's his name? Powell, I can't think of his first name. That he was a preacher, and then he was elected, mayor, governor, or something. He was in politics. heavy. We need to look at these people. You know, he was kicking me real powerful before Martin Luther King. People need to address that. Let's have Black History class. You know, you want to get real with it. Let's have a Black History class. Let's have a Spanish class. Let's have a Japanese and Chinese. Let's do that. But mainly right now, I am Black. So let's have a Black History class. And let's deal with that issue. You know, let's stop focusing on one person like they did everything for the whole race and he went to the mountaintop. Before he even thought about looking up there, there was other people that are very powerful Black people. Get into your history. There's a whole lot of Black people that did a whole lot of great things way before Martin Luther King did anything. The Black man was going to strike, whether Martin Luther King was there or not. Those things was going about. People stood up. People keep focusing on one person to do everything. People. It takes people to function, to run the world, to make decisions, to change politics, to change bills. It takes people. But what I love about the Bible, said what? What he say? One can chase 1,000, two can chase 10,000. You know, unity. Stop separating. God don't want separate. He don't want you separating from the white people. He don't want you separating like that. He wants you to get together. We need to get together among ourselves, but we need to get together. If you go to Portland, which is everybody try to call it the West End now, it's not. It's Portland. Portland, then you got the West End, then you got the East End. If you go to an area, and then you got the project. If you go to an area, there's people in the project. People get that twisted thinking everybody in projects poor. Everybody in projects ain't poor. There's a lot of people that got money, got beautiful apartments up there. So it's a misconception. But anyway, if you go to an area that's really poor, where majority of people get food stamps and their food stamps don't last reality, because everybody don't know how to budget. And you know, everybody want to think everybody's smoking crack and spending. Now, some people just don't know how to budget, and you know, so they eat up everything. So then they need food at the end of the month. You go to a poor area, that Black person, they food stamps gone. That white person food stamps gone. They will get together and fix sandwiches, budget together, and help one another out. Cut the grass, do things for people. But yes, that's called a poor zip code area. And the point I'm making is poor will bond. And the poor people don't see color. Because poor don't have a color. Been there, done it. Right there now. And God's telling me to get out here. And like I said, things don't change. I'm losing weight because I'm walking all the time. Pants falling off of me and stuff. And know somebody going to say she doing crack or she drinking again. I really don't care what you say. It is what it is. I'm hungry like right now. So, I want to say this. God put this on my mind. I want to say thank you for the person that fed me. They gave me a little, little card and stuff like that. Gave me the opportunity to give me some food. And I used it wise and got me a lot of food. So I got food. Then I just take the time to cook it. So I got chicken wings. My cousin going to cook me some chicken wings. Then I take the chicken wings I thawed over there and give those to her because she has my little cousins over there to feed. But, yeah, I bought me some nice little things. And so I want to thank that person. Thank that office for looking out for me. I appreciate that, because there was a lot of humbling. And like I said, that pride was eliminated. Because I said maybe that was a thing God wanted to move. So I don't have no pride because I get out in a minute. The lady tried to break my spirit the other day when I went to work, talking about, your car is smoking oil. But I thought she was being sarcastic. But I had to pause and look at that and really look. She was just looking out for me. The car's burning oil and it's smoking. But I got to get from point A to B. And as long as I'm getting point to A to B, the windows can fall down. Oh, my God. And while I'm on that. Oh, my God, for real. Oh, Lord. I know y'all be like, she can be, I cry a little bit and I laugh a little. Because through the end of the day, I know God got me. I remember times when I just would curl up in the bed and I had to call on him. And I wasn't going to church no every day then. And I was just going through what I was going through. And I just called him. I was like, Jesus, help me. And he rocked me. When you get around old school, that's what I wanted to bring back. I wanted to bring back some old school. And that's when he rocked me in his arms. I've been rocked.
Have you ever been rocked by Jesus? Don't get it twisted. I'm not mad at him or bitter. It's just that when he called you to do something, he called you to do it. Just like when Jim Baker messed up. He sat down, he was no longer popular. God put a hand on you and have you do things, and then when you don't obey him or if you're not ready no more, he'll leave you where you are. I don't know why people get that twisted. God, yeah, he'll be with you forever, but you do wrong. That's why it was hard. Anyway, you do wrong, God will punish you. But I was standing on the bus stop and the other day. Well, it's Friday, whatever, because, I work third shifts on my days mixed up. So anyway, why is it I'm standing on the bus stop? I kid you not, because it blew my mind. I'm standing on the bus stop down on 1st Street. Why is it I look and a lady go by on a bicycle, like a 10-speed, whatever, and then the guy go by, and I'm hearing like rocket sand. Why I look down and he's riding a bicycle with no tire on it. They got tires on it. He standing up. He is riding a bicycle with no tire on it, and the bicycle rim is painted like a greenish color, so he knows that he didn't have no intention of having the tire on there. So I'm like, well, like I said, I don't care what nobody say. We as a people, not just we as a people, human beings, boy, when it comes down to it, we survive. We survive. I mean, I rode a bicycle before like that, and that is they tell you you're not supposed to do it because it'll bend the warp the wheel and all that. But yeah, he was riding, and I said, I guess he got to the point, he probably had a flat tire a couple of times until he got to the point, forget it. And that's like me. I broke the screws off putting the valve cover on, so now the oil's coming out more. So, dude want $100, which he's not getting, to take that off. So, I need to take that off, but then I need to figure out how to get the bolts. If I knew how to get them bolts out of myself, I could take and redo it myself, because I don't have no $100. I already paid him $225 to fix the car, because nobody wants to work on my type of car. Which, hello, I did learn a lesson. No more. American! I need an American car, something easy to work on, something where you can get all the parts, you don't have to ride all around. And like I said, myself, and I can complicate things. I can make my life hell. It ain't always God or the devil. I can make my life hell. And then sit back and wonder, talking about why. That's why I said I don't like saying why. I mean, what for? That's why I like what for. Because what for is an answer there. It's a choices I can make. Why means I don't know nothing. I don't have a clue why. But I do. And that's why I say I'm not clueless. I know that for me to be walking this situation, I'm not saying God just took, God has a reason that he took Mama now. Mama's nice, but true, it's the reasoning for at this exact time, for a time such as this, I know some of it is that usually I would have got defocused and I would just broke down. Also, I know another reason why I'm saying what for is because I know too, if anything would have made me drink, this would have. And that's why I know my family had been concerned too, like thought I disappeared. I didn't disappear. I've been at work and I kept working. And the people at work were surprised too, like she's saying her mama died, but she's still at work. That's because God's in me. That's not because I was trying to be perfect or nothing like that. Because I had already been down, I had been broke, and I know the only way to come up was trying to do this. And I had to pull that soldier part up in me and keep going. I had to keep getting the word. That's why I tell people, oh yeah, there's a whole lot going on in the church. But if you go into church and you pray to God for the right reason, he's going to lead and guide you where when you do get to a church, they're going to give you what you need. And that's another thing. I'm going to hate losing Mama's page because it tells me different churches is having things. But I want to shout out because at work, like I said, I like to think. When you're doing paperwork and you're sitting down, it's hard to think all the time. But when I'm working, I like to think. And I was thinking about Reverend Middleton. Forget his first name, but Reverend Middleton at Cable Street Baptist Church. Because I lived over in Clarksdale, and Cable Street Baptist Church was one of the major churches there. We had Jefferson Street Baptist Church, but it was a major black church in the area. And but he wasn't there then. He's a new pastor. I don't know which one, but he's a newer pastor. But I just want to say to some people, I know y'all like, oh, she's sending people. Yeah, I don't know. God's saying do it, and I just do it. And it's just my walk. Reverend Middleton's church, if you want a church where the pastor holds your hand, because a lot of people are like, oh, I want the pastor to hold my hand. I used to be like it, but I got over it real quick being at a church real small. But for the people that want a pastor to shake their hand, you go to Cable Street Baptist Church. If you want if you one of these people, I'm this type of person. I don't care if it's 10,000 people or if it's 4. If I need the word, I'ma go. And I went to their church, and they have Sunday school in the daytime at 12. I think it was Thursday at 12, and then at 6 o'clock. Anyway, the 6 o'clock Thursday, I attended that, and a couple of times I would go. It'd be like 6 of us, 6 or 7, and they have a man that plays the drums, and his son, I think he plays the organ. The daddy play, I don't know if it's son or not, but anyway, he plays the organ, and then it's a young man, maybe 17, something like that. He plays the drums, and they have about 3 or 4 women that sing. Sometimes might be 2, but I don't know about nobody else, but I feel the Holy Spirit. And it'll be like maybe altogether maybe 10 of us. And we'll sit there, and I'm talking about church. We have church, and they sing some songs. I mean, they can sing. What they say is sisters can sing. The guy Sylvester say, you are my friend. Yeah, Sylvester say, these girls can sing. I mean, they can sing. And I mean, it's not how many people is what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's not how many people attend to play. People look for crowds and keep thinking God's going to be in a crowd. God's not always in a crowd. God's not always in, God's everywhere. But you're looking for the manifestations in crowds and a whole lot of people and in mega churches and all of that. And in teeny churches, with a whole full. That's how we're going to miss him. We keep looking for God to be in the midst of a whole lot of more. And it's not about that. God is about less, because he can take less and make it more. And that's what I love. If you want a place where you can just sit and worship, be yourself, just sit there and listen, really learn about God. And then if you want, and people fail to realize this is what's beautiful about it. I don't know, it might have grown now. You know what I'm saying? Because they talked about it before, but I was comfortable because I like not having people all up on me and all of that run around and shaking hands and all that type of thing. I mean, it's good for some, but right there, you go there, you sit there. He has a board. He said, you one-on-one. You can hear him good because and I can sit close. And he talks on the board, and if you got a question about something, whatever he's teaching, you can hold your hand up. You don't have to worry about, oh, did he catch me? Or maybe he didn't see my hand. Believe me, he'll see your hand, And you can sit there and have a discussion. Nobody's out of order. You can ask all the questions you want to ask. Because I revealed to him, he was one of the third people, I revealed about my dream, what I wanted God to do. And he didn't sit back and gasp and look at me like I was crazy. He had shook my hand, and he talked to me, and he was like, are you a member? And I was like, no. But, I come to the church and this and that. And he said, you just keep coming back. And I like that, But if you really want something like that, when the church is over, he'll stand there, he'll shake your hand, and he greets you and stuff. And that's nice. I don't worry about that no more. But, I mean, for some people, if you want a church like that, and if you want a church where, like I said, you have deep questions. And God had put this on my heart, so I'm going to share. He's telling me I better tell you this now, too. One time when I was at the church, that's the church I told you I made a video of. I went there, and they must have went out of town or something to another church or something. And I didn't know it because, it's not my church. So I didn't know it. So I went there 2 times, and I didn't catch them. So I said, I didn't go no more. But I ended up walking around up in the East End. I loved that. So it was good. But anyway, I was at the, I believe it was about the last time I was at the church. Thursday, 6 o'clock, 6:30. And a man came in, and he was sitting there, had braids in his hair. You could tell maybe older, maybe 40-something. Anyway, we were sitting there, and he walked around. He made sure he came around. Don't get it wrong. I'll shake people's hands, sincere people. Some people are sincere when they shake your hand, hold your hand, and give you hugs. A lot of people are real about that. Some people, they don't want to shake every hand, whatever. But anyway, he was walking around shaking hands. I hadn't seen him there before, times I had attended. So anyway, everybody got to talking, and the pastor was talking, and then he asked a question. And in the process of, the guy said, yeah. He said, we was talking, I forget what we was talking about. I forget, I have to think about it, but I forget. I don't know, I think it was in 1 Samuel, something like that, because I know he did a lot of 1 Samuel, And anyway, and the guy said, yeah. He said, I want my kids to be in church. He said, this is my first time here, and I like it. He said, this is my first time here, and I like being here. He said, I want my kids to know about God. He said, I want to be a good leader, because we was talking about something about in the Bible. I think Joseph, I think we might have been talking about Joseph in the Bible, being a leader, because we had spoke about that. He breaks that down. When they threw Joseph in the pit, I ain't going to get off the subject, but anyway, I think that's what we was talking about. When his brothers did him wrong, and then his brothers said they were sorry, was they sincere about they sorry? And and I'm going to tell you some more about medicine, because when I'm at work, like I said, I just play a whole scene out. It'll trip you out, but anyway. So anyway, the man said, I want to be a positive role model for my kids. He said, and I don't believe I'm being that. He said some dudes, because I didn't catch all of it, but you know how you be in church and you be kind of like into your world. But I know what woke me up and made me pay attention. He said some guys was getting ready to kill me. And he said, I knew that I needed to be in church. And this is how powerful God is. God led that man to come in that church and share that. He said, I want to be here for my kids. He talks about his kids, how many he has, 2 or 3 kids or whatever. And so everybody looked. And so, you know, the pastor talked to him, addressed the issue. Come here. This can be your family. We'll help you. We'll lead and guide you. We'll help your children. That's real talk. That's church. And I like it. That's why I'm not for no one particular church. But like I said, I go everywhere you can get fed. And when God closed the door, I just go on somewhere else. And that's why I said maybe with the dream it's time to close the door and go do something else. But like I said, but yeah, that was powerful. That was powerful. And it was worth being in church. I said, whoa. You know, and you looking for something like that to occur with multiple people. But it was, like I said, it was maybe 10 or 12 of us there. And it's beautiful. You know, it's beautiful. You get to participate. And anybody that know me know I can't sing. But you know what I'm saying? They do say participate. So I'll be on the low. God is, you know, and they sang. All the songs is not, break every chain. They had some break every chain. So yeah, I like my old music. But yeah, I mean, they can sing. And I like it. I like that. Another thing about Brother Middleton, you know what I'm saying? He don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that Ted get back to him. I really don't care. But when I'm at work, like I said, I entertain myself. And I really don't entertain myself. I just be praying. I be thinking, you know, God, why you got me here doing this and this? Then my supervisor, he wanted to keep running up on me, saying something real stupid. He was trying to piss me off. You already know my mother, dad, and you come here talking about the thing kicked out some belts or something. So I'm just looking at him, and I don't know, you know, but he ended up backing up off me because you know, I'm here for a different reason now. And what you're doing is irrelevant. Plus, like I said, y'all don't know me, but you will, you know. I don't know if I'll be telling you more about me. Maybe you'll see it in a different way, but yeah, you know, I'll go to HR, which I did go to HR, like transfer me, because you ain't going to get me talking, you ain't going to talk crazy to me. And now since I don't want to say, you know, I can't say what I want to say back to you, then I let somebody else say it. You know, do the legal thing. You always do the legal thing. Then you cover. You ain't got to worry about nothing. But anyway, with Reverend Middleton, when you go to the church, what I loved about when he preached is when you listening to him, and he just on the board, and he just talking, and he's explaining stuff because he's writing and stuff. You know, if you would like to write and take notes and stuff about Bible study, then that's the church to go to. They had, like I said, they got one at 12 and they got that one at 6. And he be writing, and then when you talking to him, he reminds me of my cousin Tony that's in town now from Virginia. And you get to talking to him, and he was like, yeah. And what did they say? And then his brothers threw him in there, and they left him. And do you think that he should, when they said they were sorry, do you think it was sincere? And then a lot of people was like, nah, they said they were sorry because they knew that he could kill them now. And he's like, yeah, that is true. And when he talks, his voice changes. And what I'm saying, it's not comical, but he's so passionate. And then his voice will change. And when his voice changes, that means it's on. He getting ready to give you some, he's going to tell you the history of it. Yeah, because back then, when they threw him in there, it was like a cistern. They didn't just throw him. Everybody think he threw him in a hole. But that hole at that time could have held this or that. And that's what it was. And this was like in this certain time of that. And they did it. And all this time his voice has raised. And I mean just a passion and his belief in God and his walk with God, everything, and his learning. All of this comes out when he talks. And I mean, man, you feel it. And it makes you just hype. That's what I love about it. And his congregation, his church members, I like them, you know. I like at 6 o'clock crew, you know. But yeah, I like them. You know, they speak to you and everything, and it's just family. It just feels real homey. It feels real, real homey. That just that little hour right there, I feel real, real homey, and I like that. I like that. The youth are real manable. I like it. I like it. It's nice. You know, I believe me, I've had my times. But yeah, other than that, like I said, it's that one right there. If you want to learn about God and you want to sit down and write down some things, yeah, that's the place to go. You know, that's the place to go. But like I said, I'm going to get off here and go find something to do, find something to eat. And that's just where I'm at and stuff like that. And you don't hear from me, it's like whatever, whatever. I'm trying to wait for God to answer and say something instead of keep getting out here talking. And now, you know, a lot of my struggle, and here I go again. This is the longest video I ever made. But when they talk about Paul had that thorn in his side, and everybody try to guess what that thorn was. And my mother, this is not negative, but my mother was a thorn. I got thorn. I had some thorns. I had a lot of. It's not one thorn. People think they talk about that being a thorn. There's a lot of thorns that can be in your side. Anything that hinders you, that's hindering your walk with God, that's hindering the clarity of your walk with God, and what He's saying to you, that's a thorn. And my mother, it didn't hinder anything. If anything, to be honest with you, now that I'm talking to you, see what I'm saying? We could talk. We could talk, and you could talk. You know, we counseling right here, real talk. And I'm getting healed and I'm getting answers. Guys, listen to it. Listen to this answer just now. Come out. The thorn that was in my side was my mother. And now the thorn is no longer there. But the thorn was there to keep me focused. Because I stayed sober this long, 7.5 years, for my mother. Yeah, a little bit for me, but for my mother, to make sure she was taken care of and she was looked after. And now mama's gone. So the thorn is out. So now the thorn's out. There's no more gushing. So what do I do now? The thorn's gone. So do I keep on dreaming, or do I be me? So that's where I'm at. That thorn is removed. He removed thorns from my head, and now He removed that thorn. And I feel like that was in my side. And because it's now, okay, now what? What do I do, Jesus? What do I do? Right now, yeah, I did. I just finally said some truth. You know, there's some things, there's a whole lot of things I still want to do, but yeah. So give me a house, give me a building, give me what I need. You know, I'm trying to earn it. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want me to do, but at the same time, there's these burdens about for me. You can do it. You can do anything. You can't fail. You can fail. They say God can do anything but fail. Yes, He can. If He can do anything, that's anything. That's always was stupid. He can do anything, that's anything. He can't fail. He can stand, He can fall. He can do it all. He is God, and He is God alone. I'm looking outside and it's pretty. You know, it's a beautiful day. It's a day that you need to take and enjoy because it could be your last day. I don't care if you're a baby, if you're 100 years old. It could be your last day, and you need to live this day to the fullest. I'm not saying run out here and drink up everything and pass out, but I'm saying enjoy the day. Sit out in the yard. You know, read a book. Sit and read a book. If you smoke, I am not one of them people, don't do this. Man, if you keep you calm, smoke a cigarette. Smoke your black or whatever, sit down and do what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Relax yourself. Don't let people come and get you upset. Don't let people put things in your head. I'll kill this dude or beat this chick and all this type of thing. Sit down and chill. Cut off the TV and the video games and stuff for an hour or something and sit down and meditate. Go get somebody and talk to them. Go get around your grandmama, your great-grandmama, your great-uncle or somebody. You know, when I had the Father's Day thing, I wanted the kids to see the men, to be around men and see the men in their lives that's in their family, so the men could come up and tell the kids what to do. Just teach them respect. You say yes, sir, to me. All of that. Some of my cousins didn't come, but some of them did, you know. But that's what I wanted them to see, because most of the people they see is women. And we as women, you know what I'm saying, women in my family are strong. We got some strong women, we got some strong men, but we got a lot of strong women right now, because there's more women than it is men in our family, you know. And so, yeah, I don't want the boys to always see us women, especially seeing my struggle. You know what I'm saying? But the beautiful thing about it, I love my little family, my little cousins, because they was all like, you know, how you doing? Then my grandson, he said, Granny, I had a dream. He said, listen to this right here. My grandson, Mari's 13, I think now, and he said, yeah, Granny. He said, I had a dream that you made a machine, and in the machine, it made people that was sad happy. I said, was I rich? Did I get rich? Was I a millionaire? He said, yeah, somewhere down there you got some money. He said, but yeah. And then he said, I realized, 13 years old, listen to this. He said, but then I realized I was thinking about Grandma. He was thinking about Grandma. See how quick, he's young, but see how quick he determined what that dream was. I'm 50-some years old. What am I doing? I've been dreaming a long time. Maybe the dream is over. I need to wake up and do that. You feel what I'm saying? But that's beautiful. These are the type of kids I'm around. I sit back and I listen to the children. You know what I'm saying? Whether they my relatives or not, I listen to kids. Kids are very wise. Very wise. We need to listen to them. We need to wake up and listen to them. We need to address their issues right now. Man, so their future will be bright. But, yeah, my grandson, he turned me that real quick. Beautiful, very intelligent kid. Yes. So, yeah, so that's where I'm at. It's not that I'm just having a meltdown or something like that. It's just like, you know, sometimes we do. It's just like being in a relationship, and we all know it. You be in a relationship, and you look around, you don't care no more for him, or he don't care no more for you. He's cheating on you, you cheating on him, sleeping with other people, whatever, men, women, whatever you're doing. And, but, you know, it's like, okay, well, he don't want to leave, I don't want to leave, and you're still together. Until finally, you know what I'm saying, you get some tragic disease or something. The person come back and they got a baby. One of y'all pregnant, somebody got a baby. Then it's like, oh, well, darn. You know, you done got found out. So then it's like, darn, I've been with him 10 years now. I realize now I got this baby with this person or whatever. This is where I want to be. Why didn't I just leave before then? Haven't y'all heard that before? A person kick back, darn, why didn't I leave before then? God forbid you be in a relationship and then one of y'all put hands on each other and you kill the person, and then it's like, why didn't I leave? All that opportunity, I could have left numerous times, but I kept on. We kept playing that little game, you know, argue, fight, get back together, argue, fight, get back together. Now, look, it's done. Now you sitting in jail somewhere, or you, God forbid, you end up getting ready to kill your own self because of it. But sometimes we could just walk away. We got to know when to run. Where they know when to fold them and whatever, know when to walk away, know when to run. You know, Mama always said nothing beat a good run. I never did know what that meant at first, but that means you ain't always got to stand at a fight and try to fight somebody. Sometimes you can run away from a fight. There's nothing wrong. Anything that saves your life. And we don't tell kids that these days. We need to tell kids, forget all that trying to front. I ain't no punk. I ain't going to let them cap me. Yeah, you can walk away. You can walk away or you can run. That's going to save your life for that day. And that gives that person time to think about what they was going to do, hopefully, and it gives you that opportunity. You know, it's just a lot with that. It pissed me off. People know somebody was bullying their kids and doing something, and then you want to blame the school. Now, if you get off your tail and go there, go to Western High School. Look in the they'll tell them to look in the files and pull up my name. Western High School, Western Middle School, Gilmore Lane, the school out there. Where else was it? All the schools my kid can't run school. All the schools my kids went to, I went there and had Thanksgiving lunch with them. Took cupcakes for Valentine's Day. Let me pull mine, took my own horn. Let me tell you. Then when they was ready to put one of my children out of school, I ain't gonna bust them out. How many times I done been to boys and everything. Asked one of my kids which one was homeschooled. Yeah, I ain't slow. Asked my child what was they taught. They was taught a portion of black history. They was taught math. Yeah. Well, if you take your child out of school, first of all, you can't take your child out of school. They're not going to let you. Well, let me educate some of you people out there real quick and show you what I'm about. Yeah, they said you can't. But there's also a law that speaks about no child left behind. But even before that law, there's a law of being a parent. If you can't teach my child, I will. I taught my child, well, once you got her out of school, oh, well, you can't get her back in. She's not going to be in the same grade. Watch me. Put them back in school. And they did well. And let me toot my own horn real quick, and Jesus, let them ring the bell. When they went back to school, they was better. Yeah, because they knew about where they came from. And when they was taught, they wasn't taught about a weakness and all about no poor part of slavery. They was taught about the victory. They was taught about sojourner truth. Yeah, they was like, I never heard of that. Yeah, you hear of it now. That's where it is in my house, around my family. I'm going to tell you something you don't know. We're going to learn today. So, yeah, it is possible. If your child's having problems in school, you can take your child out of homeschool. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes with it if you make it complicated. But you can. Once you take your child out of school, you will become aware of how many kids. There are not a lot of kids that go to school. That's another myth. That's why I said, wake up. You get caught up. The devil and the media want you to focus right here. They got your attention. Turn the news off sometime. Turn the news off and just sit and talk to your neighbors sometime. Go walk through the neighborhood somewhere. Do something like that instead of just sitting there in front of the TV waiting for the news to tell you what's going on. There are a lot of people that homeschool. Thousands, millions. That's really reality. It's millions of people that homeschool. Those kids that never been in a school. People don't realize that. Also, when I'm talking about the subject, real talk, once you homeschool a child, there are other parents that you can meet with online to help your child with their social issues. That's what I lack. I lack social. That's why it's not. I don't mix that well because I was in the school system and I had friends when I was in high school. And I was like a class clown, so yeah, I had that. But as far as when I really stopped drinking and stuff like that, my social skills, like I said, I was lacking because I was used to cussing all the time when I'm around people, and talking my little slang. So when I got sober, it was difficult for me to maintain. It's difficult now for me to maintain relationships, even with men. It's difficult because I still got that street mentality. Just keep it real. And that's like you hear me saying that, and then I talk to a dude talking like that, but all the men that I meet now, I'm saying upgrade a little bit. They don't want to hear all that, for real, seriously, they don't, so so my social skills is out, so I need to work on my social skills some more, so like I said, but when you teach a child at home, there are other parents that they'll give you names. You can go online and they'll give you names of other parents in your state that are homeschooling. And then what you can do is like whatever you teaching your child, say you teaching your child, you strong with math or you strong with social studies. Then this other parent is strong with World War II history. Then you could take and let them teach your child that, and then you teach their child math. You trade off like that. You want to take your child on a field trip, you can get with a couple of parents, and y'all can take your child on a field trip. Like I said, baby, please. See what I'm saying? That's me. But anyway, these are the things that I wanted to incorporate. And these are the things I got in me that I was going to bring to the table. And I'm not going to die before I would have finished it because all of this stuff is in me. It's not something I can just pass to somebody else. These are things that you do. It was some things that needed to be done. And so that's why I wanted to be active to do it. And that's why I said time's winding down and winter's coming. And I know God operates in winter, summer, spring, and fall. But like I said, sometimes we get microwavable and we want what we want when we want it. But I knew that God had to prepare me because I wasn't ready. And like now, he's working on my social skills, like I said. And so like I said, I'm open for it, but I'm not going to keep on trying to push something no more because I'm tired. I'm not tired. Let me not use the word tired. I don't like using tired. My body aches, but I'm not tired like that. It's time to rest. I put it that way. It's time to rest. It's like when I'm Elijah now. When Elijah, after he did all of the kings and all of them died, and he talked the water on fire and all this type of thing, he did great works for God. And then Jezebel talked about she was going to kill him, and he fled. Okay, when he was in the cave, that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to go in the cave. I'm getting ready to go sit in the cave for a while, and I'm away. You know, I'm not going to be depressed. I'm not depressed or nothing like that. You know, I feel okay. I feel much better, especially since I'm speaking out. You know, I feel really great with that. So, yeah, I'm going to go into the cave, and I'm just going to sit there. And then when God's ready, he'll bring me the food. You know what I'm saying? He'll bring me the word. He'll bring me the building. He'll bring me the thing. Because just keep talking about it is not doing any good. Don't just keep talking about it. Be about it. Faith without works is no good. You know, so what's the purpose of keep talking? I've been talking for at least 3-4 years. So, you know, really, though, I wasn't really. Let me stop. Just don't even lie, Janice. Look, I get ready to lie real quick and try to play it out. Got like, nah, so really the last 2 years. Because I had a whole lot of faults. You know, really, this year. Yeah, but I had a whole lot. And that pride really had been holding me up. That pride was a really bad thing. So it was other things, you know, pride and a couple of things. So, yeah. So maybe God cleared him up. If he hasn't, you know, whatever, I'm going to sit in the cave. And then when he's ready, he'll bring me some bread and food, and he'll nourish me. And, you know, he'll let me know. And if it's time to pass the baton like he did to Elijah, if it's, you know, Elijah, pass it to Elijah, one of them, you know, if it's time to pass the baton, which I don't even have no baton to pass. I ain't got nothing to pass. A smoking car, I ain't got nothing to pass on to nobody. You know, all I can say is what I'm saying now. And that's why I'm being long-winded about it. I'm going to say the things I never had a chance to say because Mama was here and I worried about. So now I don't have to worry about Mama no more. I can say what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm going to see what this change is going to be about. Because don't ever get it twisted. When somebody dies, it's a wake-up call. We don't want to look at that, but it's a wake-up call. You know, basically what I'm saying is there's some good that can be in there. Don't ever think it's for, oh, wow, oh, now I hate God, he took my child. No, maybe you need to think about that. What was you doing? Did you raise that child the way it needed to be raised? Did you do for that child? Did you love that child? You know, did you prepare that child to leave this earth? Because did you do everything that needed to be done while the child was hurt? Some people I heard trip me out. Why God take my mother? Why God take my child? Why God let that happen? How can God love me and kill my child? How can you love your child and kill your child? Woo! Let's get free. That feel real good. Real good. Look at my stomach. I'm getting ready to get an 8-pack. I want some chicken. My cousin's gonna cook me some chicken. I want some chicken wings. And I've been every now and then throwing me some hot sauce out of my food. And yesterday, my oldest daughter, she had cooked me the roast. A roast I had. Oh my God, it was delicious. And she had some big old macaroni and cheese noodles. Oh my God. That was my breakfast, which really was my dinner because I didn't eat at work. So it was my first meal. And it was scrumptious. Oh my God, it was scrumptious. I love to eat. I look little, but hell, I love to eat. Oh God, I've been wanting some chili so bad, and some bread and butter, some country crock butter, and some. I like some chili. I like my chili with the meat in it. One of my exes, he taught me how to. He said I can make chili in an hour. While I was living in Park Hill, and I said you can't make no chili in an hour. I ain't never seen nobody make no chili in an hour. He said I can make chili in less than an hour. Man, he taught me how to do it, please, and that's my thing. He taught me how to do that. Oh, yeah, honey, I don't cook all the time. You know, that was my little thing. But I really make chili like that. I took a long way. You know, to boil the water, boil this, put the hamburger in the skillet and all that. Man, he showed me how to put all that together, cook all of that, boil your spaghetti stuff, mix that stuff together, stir it up. I was like, oh, man, it's on. Chili powder and all that. I like real chili. Yeah. Oh, my God, I'm getting hungry. But, yeah, he taught me how to make chili. Yeah, my head's off. He gave me hell after that. You know, he's the one that started the stuff in the church. But Lord have mercy, I have a flashback. Woo! He was good when he was good. But yeah, I like me some chili. I like me some rolls from Ryan's restaurant. Oh God, I could eat that bread by itself. Country crock butter and that. Oh my God, I tear it up. And oh my God, that and some chili. A big old plate of chili. Oh my God. Throw a little hot sauce in there to give it that little flavor. Woo! It'll be on. Yeah, I'll be sitting back then. Cause at work, man, they be bringing big old things. I gotta give me another lunch pail. A big one to get a lock on it. Cause found out somebody been stealing. And I know, I thought somebody stole my honey bun. Cause I was getting ready to really, I would, if you steal from me, I'll tell. I ain't lying, I'll tell, hey, excuse me, y'all, somebody stole my food. Cause I let people, that's why I said, yeah, you better complain. I'll tell. I'll tell. But I know somebody drank my pop. That's why I don't, I drink what I'm drinking and then I'm done. I'll set it in the refrigerator because I'll be like, well, maybe I'm real thirsty. I'll drink it because y'all know I'm still on a budget. I'm not stupid. Our pops is $1, but yeah. But now I know where I left that pop. Just like when I was drinking my beer. I used to drink my beer, pop my top, and turn man to the side. So therefore, nobody else did it. So when I set my beer down, don't come talking about I accidentally picked up. Now, boo-boo, you didn't accidentally pick up my beer. You picked it up deliberately because my top always flipped to the side. Then we had one drinker that would take their whole top off. And then we had one person, little cousin-in-law, she drank her beer hot. So we already knew. We know not to pick. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, we know whose beer it is. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Believe me. Man. Memory. Man full of memories. Memories, man. Ain't nothing in the world like it. Yeah, you see my vocabulary starting to change. But yeah, ain't nothing in the world like it. Memories. But yeah, I know when I went for my pop, I knew I left it above, but it was saying, when I came back, it was low. I'm like nasty, drinking after people. Just foul. I want to drink after somebody and steal people's lunch. Yeah, I took some of that fake garlic bread, garlic bologna. Oh my God, I don't want no more of that off-brand garlic bologna. It was nasty, and I was so fired up because I was ready to, my mouth was just set to eat that sandwich. Turn around, it was nasty, but now I had to throw it away. Then the ham looked like it done turned colors or something, and I just bought it fresh. It wasn't no real ham. I ain't doing that no more, Shout out to Fisher's. Yeah, I don't care what nobody say. I ain't getting paid, but that's who I eat. I like my Fisher bologna. Fisher garlic bologna. But I stopped eating it because, you know what I'm saying, if you don't keep it packed wrapped just right, it start getting brown and stuff. So, because sometimes I want bologna, then I don't. But I like bologna sandwiches and some chili. A real bologna sandwich and a fried bologna sandwich and some chili. Oh, my God. I'm hungry. Like I said, I'm getting ready to leave with that. And I'm getting ready to catch church on TV, on the video, since I'm home. And mess with the car. Got to get the car right. Once I get the smoking down, then I can use the car. But I got to do that. And then people being greedy. So I'm going to wait and call him and see if I can work out something with him as far as like just get the screws out. Let me pay for that part. But all that 100, it ain't happening. So like I said, God said if I make one step, he'll make two. So like I said, I'm learning that much about him. I got to go forward. And once I start moving, he's ready. I seen something else that blew my mind. I didn't see this building before, but he showed me the building. It's not the building for the church or nothing. It's just an office place. And I didn't know it. And I know I didn't see it. So, I don't know. God opened my eyes so I could see it. So, he's got me on the bus for a reason. For one thing, because I hated driving and I was scared and the car might break down. So, I just sit back and listen. That's all I do. But like I said, it's time to go in the cave. Go into the cave. And I recommend that for anybody out there. If you're contemplating, the pastor talking about somebody killing somebody. I don't know who's talking about killing somebody. All of that are killing themselves. I pray to God you don't. Maybe somebody said they were going to kill themselves or something. He got to talking about it, so I don't know. But I ain't trying to kill myself. Shoot. Life's beating the hell up out of me. So I ain't trying to kill myself. It ain't my walk. So I don't know who keeps talking about somebody, somebody's thinking about suicidal thoughts and all that type of thing. So I'm like, man, don't do it. Don't do it. Kill yourself. And you kill yourself and then turn around after you dead, you get $1 million. Hello. Sometimes it ain't that bad. Because I notice when I'm feeling bad, people want to send this or somebody want to say something, a bill comes. And I got to the point I throw up my hand. If I had the money, I'll pay it. If I don't have the money, I can't pay it. You know what I'm saying? I can't pay it. You could threaten me all day long. I used to take it to heart and feel bad. Who you supposed to pay your bill? I ain't supposed to do nothing but be black and die. I need to stop. That's what Mama used to say. Oh, God, Mama said, all I got to do is stay black And I used to crack up, but nah, I'm kidding with that one. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? My mama said, you can't get blood from a turnip. Oh man, all my mama and auntie now, they all got all kind of sayings. And I was telling the lady at work, because, I noticed a little bit at work that I don't know these people, but it's like they wouldn't let me stand still. Because if I stand still, my mind was starting to wander, you know what I'm saying? I start thinking about my mother and my eyes would tear. But I didn't think nobody knew. But I noticed certain time when my mind start wandering, I'm thinking about her, they'll come up and they end up changing me out. And God bless me, and they put me by this lady, and we was talking. My hand started itching. And the lady was like, your hand itching? I said, yeah, my hand itching. And I said, well, my mother said, when your hand itches like that, you're going to get some money. She said, what did you say? I said, well, yeah. She said, what did you say? I said, my mother said, when your hand itches like this, you're going to get some money. And my hand was just itching real, real bad. And she said, it's dead, it's the glove. She said, I never heard that before. I said, yeah, my mother had all kind of things. But I didn't tell her my mother was dead. I didn't even want to go there with that. But yeah, and I was talking to the lady, and then the lady, she started saying some stuff, and she made me laugh. And then these are the things what keeps me close to God, and this is what I want you to see, where I wanted you to get your life saved and turn your life to Christ, and why I don't try to preach or talk about no one denomination or tell you specific churches to go to, because God is in everybody. Anybody that believes in God, he's everywhere. There's no one church greater than the other. If they talking about God, if you doing worshiping the devil, it's different. But as long as that church is talking about God and building them up and they coming out of that Bible, then okay, they all right with me. They doing God's work and they doing God's will. But like I said, the lady made me laugh, and that was God. I could have been at work all sad and gloom, because at the time I didn't know they gave me days off, because I'm new. I didn't know they was going to give me time off. And here it is, the lady made me laugh, and I seen my supervisor walk back, I seen it, and they went out. Because everybody know, all of y'all know, when people lose their mama, oh my God. My auntie died, my cousin was in jail, and they paid for him to come here to the funeral. But when you do that, they lock you down usually if your parents die when you're in jail, if you're in penitentiary and stuff, even in jail. Because they don't know how you're going to act. And usually you're going to clock out and go buck wild, So like I said, I thank God for giving me that, showing me a different side of me. Because, what I'm saying, this is another loss. I'm trying to think. This is about one of the major losses. And I didn't drink. I've lost people. But as far as, my auntie, when I lost her, I was drinking. I was devastated. I didn't think I was coming out of there. So now I heard this with mama, and I haven't. But like I said, though, I wasn't drinking because of her. And so now, I don't know. So like I said, I'm just going to go into the cave, and I'm going to sit in the cave, and that means I'm going to function. I'm not rolling up in the bed. I'm doing good. So like I said, I got my family. You know what I'm saying? My family, they're going to get together, and they're going to have a little meal, and thank God they should have they got to inform a lot of people about it, because a lot of people concerned about mama, because mama was friendly, and I was looking at mama's history, and like I said, whatever I become too, I owe it to my mother. I owe everything to God. I owe things to my mother. There was a comedian. Mama used to babysit him. There was a guy that's a comedian, and all of them was talking about how they came, a lot of teenagers, well, they youth now, they all in their 30s about now, but yeah, all of them think about my mother. Mama used to feed them, mama babysitting everybody on the street. The government took my mother's check, and one time they had taken my mother's check, and mama was like, what am I going to do? But mama, I seen face. She kept on going. She made sure the bills was paid with what little bit she had. We stepped up to the plate. But turn around, the people in the neighborhood, they start sending their kids for mama to babysit. So the point is, mama started babysitting them. She could have said back, I'm going to wait for the Lord to take and give me some money. Mama started babysitting and turn around. They flipped her check back on. She got blessed and everything. Think after that, too, yeah, mama got blessed, and then she started getting more income and everything. And she maintained her bills and everything. But I seen it and I forgot. You got to keep walking. That's faith. Keep walking. She didn't panic. I'm going to lose my house. Let me go run to an apartment. She didn't do that. She kept on walking and paid what bills she could pay and what she could. She didn't worry about, because we was there, and then the neighbors in the neighborhood, everybody always helped her. Like I said, that's the type of hood and places I came from. How are you? Are you all right? Real talk. So, like I said, we need to get back to that. We need to get that. We're going backwards. Let's go backwards to that. Looking out for one another, loving one another, being concerned about one another. Like my daughter, some man, you could tell he probably smoked whatever. He was on her neighbor's porch, and my daughter jumped up, scared me. She jumped up and said, "Yeah, what you doing? What you looking for? He's not home." You know, be concerned. Be concerned about somebody. Be concerned about your neighbors. Ask your neighbor how they doing. If you don't see a person 1 to 2 days, find out something's wrong. You know, who can we call that can go in the house when we can't? The police. It's called a welfare check. That's what it's called. Because if you open the door and bust in the windows and bust in the door, that's called jail time. So you better call. And the reason why I emphasize that is, like I said, this is going to be the longest video. I hope it uploads. I better get ready to get off. I'm plugged up. I'm going to get off after this story. The reason why I say check on each other. It's a chick, and a lot of people know her. You know, I hadn't spoke to the chick, but she never disrespected me or nothing. Something that popped off with one of my family members, you know, and she got him in trouble, so I just left her alone. But, you know, when I was still, she never said nothing disrespectful to me or nothing. So, you know, I had concern for her. But anyway, somebody killed her. And she lived in Park Hill. I'm going to say that. She lived in Park Hill. Somebody killed her. And she was in the apartment dead for 3 days, 3 or 4 days from what I heard. I don't know all of it. That's what I heard. And my thing is, man, if you know, she was the type of person, she was loud, she was boisterous, she was, you know, out. She had been to her other place, she finally moved there. But like I said, if you don't hear from a person that you know is out about or something like that, 1 day I could see. But 2 to 3 days, come on now. Well, I lived in the projects. I stayed to myself. But man, if I didn't nobody hear from my little cousin or somebody knock on the door, and 9 out of 10 times with when I lived in the project, well, I'm walking. I got to go to the store, go to Mr. Sal. Yeah, I'm talking real time. Y'all know Mr. Sal. Mr. Sal was up there. Shoot, I slid on my little shoes, threw a rag on my head, and I'm gliding over to Mr. Sal because I got money on. We ain't going to talk about that, boo-boo. I go to Mr. Sal's, and Mr. Sal give me a pop for my hangover. I go there and give me a bird after 1 o'clock on Sundays and give me a bird to knock out that hangover. Yeah, I go over and give me a little pack of balloon, whatever. If the kids wasn't there to do it, I go. But yeah, I went to a little corner store. You gonna see me. I seen you. I looked out the window and I seen you. Now she alright. You know, somebody can pull up on the kids. Y'all seen her? Yeah, we seen her. Shoot, I lived in Park Hill. Ask the kids. I look at them now. They grown and they pull up on me and give me a hug. Because if I seen a child that was doing good, I would help them out. Give them a little money out of town. Don't ask me for money. Never like the child ask me for money. If I like something, you're doing something about it, I give you money. And this one particular child was always mannerable to me, so I always would give him money. His mama knew about it. I give him money. And now he's a grown man and he has 7 kids. And his sister has like 7 or 8. You know, and they grew up next to me in Park Hill. Beautiful. Living the life and giving life. You know, and then it was, the lady had like 6 or 7 little bitty kids. You know, when I would go to Day-O Bakery, I would get bread and I would give it to them, for them, and I'd get them candy and I would give bread to my neighbors. You know, make sure they had it so they didn't have to pay $2 and $3 at the store. So yeah, any deals I would get, I would do it. Yeah. We was concerned about one another, you know. Miss Janice, your child support, well, are you Janice? Yes. Your child support check came over to my house here. Did I get it in my mail come to you? No, but thank you. But people in the project so bad, people like, sit down. You don't know that life. You don't know that life. You don't know people. You put people, anyway, let me get off here. I'm hungry. Man, some chili would be good. And them chicken wings gonna be ready at 1 o'clock. Chicken wings, some hot sauce, some bread, and I wish I had some potatoes with some onions. Couldn't nobody cook like Mama. Mama making potatoes and onions. Woo! I got some liver in there. I bought me some liver. I ain't got time. I got to get somebody to cook it. I got to wait one day and cook it. I want some liver and some onions. I want some mashed potatoes and gravy. And some corn on the cob. Some of that buttery corn, some niblets. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get my grub on, probably some Roman noodles, because the chicken's not going to be ready for a minute. Then I'm going to catch church, and Like I said, you know, if you sitting home, whatever, you know, get up and go to church. Go to church. Or go get the word. You can get it on the computer all day long. You know, I was sitting at work, and it surprised me. Some ladies came over. They tried to feed me some bull crap. But all in all, they try to come. People will come around you. You know, I say to myself, because I'm not here about trying to be your friend. That mentality I did pull back out. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not here to talk about Jesus Christ to you. I'm not here to do that. I don't do that stuff. You know, if God comes up in a conversation, I meet one of them people that's talking about God, it's fine. Other than that, nah. You know what I'm saying? And God's working on me already about when I do go back, how he's going to change my mentality if he allows me to go back. Because there's something a little bit in her, it's something he's doing right here for all this to come about. But like I said, you know, he's doing what he do. But I'm going to sit in the cave and I'm going to wait for him to come and feed me. You know, and he might feed me and say, don't make no more videos. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it no more. And I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever decision he makes about my life, I'm fine with. I just want to enjoy myself. I want to be happy. I want to live. I want to go to concert. You know what I'm saying? I want to do all those things. I missed it. I ain't have no boo running around with me, taking me to concert. I ain't nobody saying, hey, baby, let me pay for you a plate. Not in no McDonald's, not in no White Castle, and then they don't even have to be no Red Lobster. You know, but darn, you know what I'm saying? Go to a nice little jazz club. You know what I'm saying? Where they have little, you know, have a little daiquiris. You know, a little non-alcoholic daiquiri. You know what I'm saying? We got a little plate of chicken wings. You know, me and my kids' daddy, we used to go to Brown's Hotel. I didn't know you could do it. Brown's Hotel used to have a buffet set out. You know, back in the day, you had to buy like 1 or 2 drinks or whatever. I was drinking then, but we didn't get towed up, and it's nice cash. We like sophistication. I hate when people try to put you in a box and categorize you. But yeah, we go there, have a table, buffet laid out, like for the governor. We go there and get us a little something, put it on a plate. You know what I'm saying? Not no chicken wings, just nice food. Little roast beef, different stuff like that, strawberries and everything. And we have that, you know. It was nice. When Tyler Perry came, I had VIP tickets by myself. I do a lot of things by myself. It's getting old. And I had VIP tickets for myself. And before the concert, I was allowed to go into the lounge where they had strawberries and little chicken and little pineapples and everything and little beverages and everything. I was allowed to get there because I had a VIP ticket before, I forgot the name of the play, whatever it was, The Neighbors or something, when he came here to Louisville, at the Louisville Palace. Yeah, it was beautiful to see him live. It was wonderful. But yeah, I was VIP. I was sitting in there, a couple of people. Wasn't a lot of us in there too, but yeah. Sat there and had my little drinks and waited for the concert nice and moved to this table. Yeah, so I like that life. Yeah, don't get it twisted. I'm not one of them people, oh, don't worry about materialism. That's your story. It's not mine. I like going out. I love it. I've been down so long. I'm wearing these flats. I'm looking at my clothes, my bras and everything all messed up. You know, every time I pick up a shirt, it got a stain or something on, a bleach spot or something. I don't like where I'm at. Nah, boo-boo. I like having my nice little heels. You know, I like having my little heels. I like my hair the way it is because it's comfortable. I have to worry about trying to fix it for work and how it's going to look. You know, guys working on me, how we get ready to go back with that if I go back. You know, how we get ready to do the hair. But yeah, I like that. I like having me some little heels on. You know, I got corn on my toe. I got corn keep coming back, something rubbing my toe, but yeah, I like my little heels. I'm not giving them up. But I like my heels. I got that from my mom. My mama little heel. But I like my heels. I like having a nice dress on. Yeah, I've seen some little dresses. I want me a nice little sexy dress. Have my hair did. I got my nails did. Yeah. I'm working on them cars. Yeah, treat yourself. So yeah. I got my nails, did my little tithe thing. I gave some money to the church. I didn't do my full tithe yet. But, you know, I found a church and I give my tithe. But, yeah, I got my nails done. But I like my nails done and my hair did and my nice little shoes. I like it like that. I like it going on, you know. But, yeah, I like going to places. I like to hear some jazz. You know, I got some Kenny G in the car. And, I found that tape. My cousin left it here. So I like it. I like it, Kenny G. I like little things like that. I like entertainment. Certain people from concerts. I like that. So, like I said, I'm going to get off here. God bless your heart and all your parts. Have a wonderful, marvelous, fantastic day. Hug somebody, love somebody. And if you haven't told your mother that you love her, go tell your mama you love her. I just went and stood over my mama, and she was laying on a table. And I can't give A.D. Porter credit. They had a nice little thing over her, and like I said, I'm not big on funerals. I tell people that. Don't come to me talking about cremation, wrong. I don't know what, the body, when I'm dead, I'm dead. Like I already told my kids, I'm not with all of that. Don't put me in no big casket, $20,000. You better take that money and go ahead and put it up for the kids' college education. I take them on a trip or do something with it. I'm not with that. People that do that, that's you. That's fine for you. It's not my story. My body's dead. I've seen death too many times. I've been around dead people a lot. When I was young, I used to go to up in the East End. I used to go to the funeral home. R.G. Mays and Mr. Mays used to let me touch the bodies. I was a weird kid, hello. And so from then on, I never was afraid of death like that. He always helped us be comfortable with it. So it never was like, ooh, So I thank God for that. Those are things that God had always put me on a path for. And he prepared me for death. So no, I don't believe in all that. At first I was, but as I got older and I seen where the money could go, and I seen people fighting over people dying. So now, and now I have grandbabies. I didn't have them, so now having grandbabies, that changed a lot too. Why I put the money on that when it could go toward my grandbabies, my kids taking care of house, and like I said, once you start being educated about finances, you start knowing, you need to save money, make sure the house is paid off, make sure bills are paid, because when you die, people start coming for stuff. So you have to make sure you bring your kids up to date on things. If you have a living will, if you have funeral arrangements planned, make sure your kids, your directives, make sure your hospital has it, make sure your children have it, so that nobody's arguing and bickering. Should we unplug her? Or shouldn't we unplug her? Oh, no, don't unplug her. Well, she's been on the plug for like 2 years. Unplug her, don't unplug her. So it's to keep the worry from off your family, to keep a lot of hostility, a lot of anger and bickering down. I already have a plan. Hopefully have you some insurance, but have a plan for what's going to happen for you when you die. Because just as sure as you live, you're going to die. Don't get into that. I ain't worrying about when I die. If I live, I'm just worrying about living. Now, when you die, it's people going to be left behind. The same thing when you want to commit suicide. People, that's selfish. You want to take the way out. I don't care. I'm ready to die. Wait, when you die, who's going to find your body? Maybe your kids are going to find your body. Did you think about